Okay, we're live. Yay!
Yay!
Hello, everyone. Happy you guys are here in another chat of Inspired. And today I have the honor to have Trissa Tismal-Capili. I let her introduce herself in a little bit, but I just want to say that she is the creator of the project, the movement of Your True Power, the book that I'm also involved in. She's an amazing human being, but I'll let her introduce herself and tell us what she does in her own words.
Thank you so much, Fiorella, for having me here. I'm so excited to be here and to be with you. Thank you for this opportunity. And yeah, so I have been a coach, a speaker, and an author for over about 14 years now. And I've always been in this path of obsessive, actually, study of what it takes to be and to have true success. And I've failed a lot of times and I've tried everything that the success gurus told me. And I just got into like really severe overwhelm trying to do it all. And when I finally went into my rock bottom, which I share in the book,
Yeah.
when my body actually shut down and I had an autoimmune disease where my skin was super inflamed. It felt that it was burning. It looked like I got literally peeled by a knife, and it's
Wow.
super raw. And the feeling was a sense of burning, like an acid was thrown all over me. So it was super painful, and I felt completely stuck. And that's when I had to do something else. And that's when I found and went into the journey of being in my true power. So yeah, so that's my story.
Yes. I want to talk about the book in a little bit, but before the book, I want to know, like, is that when you decided to start and take like a deeper look at what was happening in your life? Is that when you discover this whole like overwhelm theme, which is what you work around, right? Is this what you help people with,
Yes.
right?
Yes. So I actually noticed that. So that was not the first time I was in overwhelm. So that's the thing, right? Like that, by that time that I went into the rock bottom, I actually have been in a cycle of repeated burnout and overwhelm. The very first time was actually far back when, even in college, I had an episode of really just collapsing because I was trying to be cool and party all night while bringing my biology book to the club so I can get an A on the next day's
Yeah.
quiz. So I was doing that, like trying to be it all. And so I had that. And then after college, like my first job actually was my own business. I built and co-founded a continuing legal education business. I was working with Supreme Court justices, judges, top lawyers, and it was successful. But at the end of it, I was burnt out and unhappy. So like it started a long time ago, and I thought that, okay, I don't like, I realized I didn't like to be around this legal thing and litigation. Let me find what it is that I love. And so I went on a journey of searching and I found coaching. And I thought that if I just do what I love, which a lot of the gurus out there say, do what you love and everything will follow, right? If I just do what I love, then it's all going to fall into place. And so I did what I love. And guess what, right? Like I said, I still ended up in overwhelm and burnout. So there was a missing piece that I didn't know all along in this search for true success.
Yeah. So, and what was that missing piece? What was missing? Because I mean, from the outside, I mean, you had your own business, a degree, a job, successful, for society, and that's, seeing you from the outside is like, wow, I mean, you have it all basically, right? So what do you think was that one thing that was missing, that was still not clicking in your life?
Yeah. Great question. And actually, that missing piece is what I now call your true power,
Mm.
right? And that's what it really is. It's because the search, it's what is that power that was fueling me. So all along, I was externally achieving and achieving. But what was fueling me was this functional gas, which is low grade, low quality, that was fueling me, which was
Mm.
external approval, trying to be good enough, right? And that was what was fueling me. And when I discovered what I called your true power, which we share more about in the book, it is really realizing that the more that was I was seeking externally is really the that I was really being pulled to be more of me.
Mm.
So that's really the shift. So it's really switching over that gasoline from an external gas to an internal gas of just being truly me. So that was a
Oh,
big shift that shifted
I
me from this cycle of burnout and overwhelm to just being and having that infinite flow of
yes.
fuel.
I think that is so important what you just said, because I feel like, I mean, you're a coach and I'm also a coach, and we often get like a lot of questions like, is this right? Is this wrong? Is this, and at the end, it really ultimately comes down to like, what's fueling, right? What's the power behind your choices? What's really fueling it? Is it fear? Is it outer approval? And that's what kind of like, it doesn't mean that it's wrong or it's not, but if you are aware of what's fueling your desires or what is driving you, that's when you start to realize, wait, do I want to be fueled by this, or do I want to make a choice from this other space, right? It's really like not like a right or wrong thing. It's more like, what's your conscious choice in this moment?
Exactly. And it's for me, it's really this for a lot of people who are seeking. What I found was really this fine line. What we're talking about here is a fine line, because all along I thought that I was just doing and moving forward and achieving to actually fulfill my potential, right? Like this, oh, you have a potential as a human and you just want to be fully what you are and what you're capable of. But it really was coming from a different place, because we can be talking about the same thing, but from the place of consciousness, it gives a completely different result.
Yes, yes. And I want to ask you, because you have been working with entrepreneurs, you have also been in the marketing department, and you are very knowledgeable in all of this. And through the process of the book that you have brought to life and we're participating in, um, I've been learning, because I will always have this belief that I am not a business person. I am not an entrepreneur. I am not this. Like, I had such resistance to this whole world of marketing and all of that. But deep inside, I realized that I've always been an an entrepreneur at heart. Like, I've always been creative and I've always wanted to create things. So with this journey with you, what I've learned is that business is really about relationships. Business is really about stepping into your power. Like, that's what business is. And I feel like, I don't know if it's happened or with your clients or with the people that you coach, but do you feel like a lot of people are like scared of the word business or entrepreneur, and that like it just automatically pushes them away?
Great question. So I have my clients are like kind of two polar opposites. So one side is they're entrepreneurs, right? Like they already have built successful businesses. They have multi-million dollar businesses or more. And they just breathe business. They just like money is just easy. And what the missing piece for them is the flow part, the part where it can be easy and it doesn't have to be hard work. They don't have to sacrifice. They don't have to push, push, push.
Hmm.
And they're sacrificing other pieces of their life. Like they can feel like where what my journey was like. They can be in a milestone of success of what externally people would say is successful, but they didn't really feel successful
Yeah.
inside or truly happy. So that's one part. So they're entrepreneurs, they're business people. It just is. And the other side is the people and the ones what you just shared with is like they're just talented and gifted and they just have so much to share and a message to share and has this automatic resistance and programming against business and exchanging money for that talent and gifts as if that's a bad thing. And so yes, so that I've seen that so much wherein it's because it's a conditioning, like you people have experienced a lot of hurt and pain, right, and
Yeah.
anger towards business. Like the business has been vilified as the
Yes.
cause, right, has as the cause of suffering. Oh, it's because of those people who just wants business and money that's causing the pollution, that's causing this global warming, that's causing other people to suffer because they just want more money. And because we see that on TV, right? Those
Yeah.
mobsters just want the money and they're going to kill people just to get the money and do drugs. Like we've seen so much of it in the news, on TV, that being this good hearted, big hearted, spiritual healers, that there's this automatic resistance to even be identified as that has
Yes.
anything to do with business or money. So yes.
Yes, that is so true because I've had that, obviously. Like I'm asking that because that's been part of my life. Like when I was working for somebody else, when I was working in the TV industry and I was getting my biweekly paycheck, it was all good, And then when I started to create things on my own, coming up by myself as in the healing world, coaching, all of this, then it was like it was just me. And it was like it's always been like an area where I could keep growing and learning because it was hard. Like money was not all of a sudden money was not like the friend anymore. It was like hearing people say, like, I feel like it happens a lot in the spiritual world, people saying like you shouldn't charge for that. You shouldn't charge when you're helping people.
Yeah.
That's like a gift of God and it should be given for free. Like I've heard a lot of that. So there's like a lot of judgment in this particular area of life coaching where you're not supposed to charge and you're not supposed to have higher fees, right? Can you
Oh
relate to
yeah.
that?
I've heard so much of, like, even in my immediate surroundings, that
Mm.
even especially I think we hear that from family too. Like I've heard that from a lot of family that said that, like, how they vilify people who charges for helping.
Yes.
Like they are just like, oh, if they're really out there to help, like what do you say, why are
Yeah.
they charging? And what I say to that is like, how do you think any of the spiritual, even the churches and the pastors, how do they build those grand, beautiful churches, right? How do they, do that because of money? Like nobody, like in this planet, in this earth, nothing functions without money. Money is good. Even in those spiritual organizations and religions, money, there's a lot of money. It's just not explicit. Like and I think that it's a different business. It's a different business model,
Yeah.
right? They just give, like, okay, give me donations, and it's about them. It's just a different business structure and business
Exactly.
taxation, right? But it's exactly the same. They actually charge without you knowing it. And
Absolutely.
yeah, and what
Yes.
I would say to people who are like you, like, who are spiritual entrepreneurs, who are healers and are making a difference, It's really about allowing the flow, because everything is flow. And there's so much integrity, much more integrity in saying that this is a, what the flow is, versus having that awkwardness of going to church, right? And receiving something, and then you're just being told, okay, give whatever you want, and then you're just kind of like, oh, what do I give? $1, $1,000, $10,000? Like, what is this really worth? Right? And I know other spiritual organizations who are, they'll actually go to you and ask for 10%, like tithing.
Mm.
If you don't, like, they'll really like give your 10%, and people don't complain about that, right?
Yes. Yes.
So
I think for me, and I think for a lot of people, because I see it around me, also colleagues, like money is one of those like big masters that has been teaching us, like it's constantly teaching us. It's one of those that you can't fake it, because it's like you can go saying like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, but as soon as it comes to like, okay, make the payment or okay, give that deposit, we automatically energetically just like, ooh, get scared, and all our fears come through when you're living still from a program maybe of lack, and money's bad or money's scarce, right? So money is really one of those things that really confronts you right away and quick, like, okay, is this really what you want, right? Is this really what you're choosing? Are you just saying it? Are you going to actually commit, right? So I've been learning throughout this whole journey. And even with the book, the book has been an incredible project for me about money, that when it comes to like really being honest, money will let you know, like money will show you. It will show you right away if you're really standing in your power or not, for me at least.
absolutely. I love it. It's such a great facilitator, exactly
It
like
is.
you said it. And it's funny how people, right, like, has vilified it or resist it or use it as an excuse.
Yes. It's
People
the
use,
biggest like excuse, like either money or time.
yeah, like, right, like people would use it as an excuse to not change. But the truth is, they do have the money. They just want to, where it's like, money and your bank account and your bank statement is actually a reflection of what your values are and what you prioritize. Like, you can't pay for let's say you're enrolling somebody and they're like, oh, I don't have money for that, but that exact money is easily spent somewhere else. It can be in their cable bill or their coffee or their like whatever it is, but
Yes.
it's there. It's just like, where are they choosing to put it?
That is so true, because I caught myself a lot of times being like, oh, I don't have money for, I don't know, this fancy dinner, but then I go and I buy something else. So it's like, well, did I really not have the money, or where is my priority right now, right? I maybe didn't care so much about this, but I do care a lot about this, that I'm willing to put this out. So I noticed that it's a lot about priorities too, and what you're really choosing. Like, we all have the choice, but I think it's time for us to stop blaming money, because money has been like put on this like, bad rep for so long, and money's just like, I'm just here, guys.
Exactly.
Use me.
Here to serve, here to pleasure you, here to support you, here to like just have fun with and play
Yes.
with.
Yes. And talking about money, I know that how you help people in your story, it's about getting from overwhelm to finding ease and flow. So let's say, I feel like maybe a lot of people think like, oh, everybody's overwhelmed, or it's like a normal thing just to be overwhelmed. Like, that's just the way life is. But it does affect your business and your income as well, right? When you're in that space.
Absolutely, because that state of overwhelm literally it depends, because virtually everyone, right? Like, I did this survey, and almost actually everyone goes through overwhelm in just different degrees.
Yeah.
And any kind of overwhelm brings down and decreases your productivity, which decreases your profits, right? So it's, if you're already at, doing at a high level in your business, you are leaving money on the table, you are missing out on other opportunities that you can be enjoying. If you are starting out, overwhelm can literally just stop you from making money, from getting the next client, from getting to the next level in your business. So it definitely, and especially in this day and age that there's just so much information, so
Yeah.
many things on your news feed, on Facebook, and your social media, in Google, that it's like, okay, which one do I listen to? Which one
Yes.
is right? Like every new marketing ad in Facebook, let's say, right, is like, oh, that one. And then another ad is saying that it's this one. So it's like, which one is it?
That is so
You get
true.
lost.
Like I find myself getting overwhelmed when I'm like one of those like researchers. So I research everything. And then I notice that I spend sometimes like, I'm not kidding, 5 hours, 6 hours researching something that led me to the next thing. And then I don't do anything because I'm overwhelmed. And I
Yeah.
can't move. I can't. It's like, that's it. I'm going to go do something else. And then this, you know, pattern of procrastination just keeps happening. But it's like, it's just too much sometimes. It's too much. There's a lot of information out there. And I think that what you're doing and helping people through this is amazing because I think we all go through it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And like, like what we just said here, it doesn't help having all these things, our phones,
Yeah.
notifications, everything all over us, just so much stimulus.
Absolutely. And I also want to talk, moving from overwhelm to the book, Your
Yay!
True Power book. I want to know how this idea came through. How did this happen? How did it
Yes,
start?
I love great question. So it's when I finally just let go of any kind of achieving. When I realized, because being in your true power, really, it means that there's nowhere to go to, there's nothing to achieve or prove, and just being fully already in that state, that being, that, you know, joy of having all of it already.
Hmm.
And so I was just enjoying and I'm just in bliss and having fun, and just asked upstairs, like, okay, so this is awesome. This is fun. But what would be fun to do? What's next? And so it actually took months just asking, and exploring. And then one day it got clear, like, just do something fun with your soul family, the people you love most, the people, and doing it and just getting together and having fun and expanding in bliss, more love, more fun, more joy, and just being this energy of true power. I didn't even know that that was a word yet, but that was the energy, that being in
Yes.
this most infinite, expansive love and bliss. And so I just continued saying yes to all these downloads and this guide, and I asked, getting more clarification. So how would that look like? What kind of play would that be? And then I got the message that it's going to be a book, and that we're going to be sharing our stories, and that so it evolved. And so it's fun because for the first time, I didn't have to have everything figured out, because I always have everything figured out before I do anything. Right? Research, like what you say, like research everything first, get all your ducks in the row. And I have background in creating bestsellers and marketing, so I know what I'm doing as well. But it's just that not knowing, and just fully trusting. And so, yeah, and so I put it out there, shared with you guys, and you said yes, yay! Then we got
Yes.
to play, and yeah, so that's really what it was, and just asking, what is this? And it's really right. So people out there listening, you see a book, that we're sharing a book, but it's not a book. It's more than a book. It started with us 14, right? Choosing to be in our true power, getting together to fully and further expand in our true power, so we can channel that. And that's what we did through our stories, through the book. and out to the world so that you can also be in your true power. So the entire planet can be in our true power, because the which I was, sharing moments ago about that bliss and love and joy, that is what true power is. And we'd love for you and the entire world to be playing in that realm, in that state, in that joy. So
Yes, yes.
yeah.
And I just put the link here. So if anybody, for those of you that are watching live or the replay, you can order the book on yourtruepowerbook.com. It's a free pre-sale for $1, which it goes to charity. And also you get access to all of the bonuses, which are, it's like having a toolbox full of amazing tools for whatever it is that you're going through, whether you want to have a meditation or some live talks, inspirational. There's so much goodness in there. So not only are you getting 14 amazing, inspiring stories, but you're getting an awesome toolkit for your everyday. So, I mean, it's such a deal, and it's $1 right now for pre-sale. So, I mean, I would say yes.
Absolutely. And so if you're listening, right, like if you're one of these three people, or if you know any one of these three people, one is if you are ready to be in your true power and you just want to get inspired by these 14 stories, this is for you. It's only $1. Second is if you'd like to just have fun, because we have a raffle for only $1. You get an opportunity to win $1,000 and many, many more, and amazing prizes. So, right, like if you're like the Lotto buyer and you just want to, like win something,
Exactly.
it's fun. Just do
It's
it.
a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer. And then third is if you don't mind sparing $1 for charity, because like Fiorella said, all proceeds go to charity. So if anything, if you'd like to help charity with your dollar, help COVID relief, go to
Yes.
Your True Power Book now, yourtruepowerbook.com.
And I would say fourth, if you're watching this, just do it. It's only $1.
And the price is going up after the launch. So it's really a big deal, a big discount and then with all the bonuses, right? That Fiorella said. And on top of all these bonuses, you're right, Fiorella, we have a toolkit. We haven't been sharing that yet, but we have a toolkit with all these tools plus all the different, bonuses from the co-authors. And we'll have surprises. There's more actually. But
there's more coming, guys.
More coming.
I just want to say, like, this whole book project has been really, really stepping into your true power. Like I said before, like the book has not just been about writing the story. It has been about so much growth, so much expansion. It has been about stepping up, facing the fears, showing up consistently, because I said it yesterday in another interview. It's like we have been meeting for about almost a year already, and we keep showing up and we keep showing up despite whatever comes up. So I just want to say that it's been amazing. I'm so honored that you invited me to participate, because it's really it's been a life changer for sure. But not just that, I've been able to witness all the other women as well and their progress. And it's just very inspiring. It's just to watch how everybody's just stepping even more into their true power, and just so refreshing and so rewarding to see that. And to watch you also lead us, that has also been so amazing to witness. Such a learning experience to watch how you're a leader. You're like a heart leader. You have been in that business world, but you're also in this other world that kind of like leads with the heart, and I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. And it has been an absolute joy to be playing with you and all the other women in our book. And it's just a privilege and a joy to be in this space and to just do what we love, and just to shine in our own brilliance and in our love, and then just being ourselves. And we get to share this with so many people, and then we get to invite them to be this as well and to have all of this as well. So it's super exciting.
It is. It is. I'm just having a blast with everything that we're doing, even just interviews and playing and the infinite possibilities of what else can be possible. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
It keeps opening up. It's like the book keeps like opening
There's
up to new
more.
chapters. It keeps giving. It keeps giving.
It is. It does
Yes.
keeps on giving.
So Trissa, thank you so much for coming to this chat here. I don't know if there's anything that I've missed or that I haven't said that you want to add.
It's just that I think we got it covered, for everybody that
I'm gonna put your website just.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, so that's where you can learn more about me as well. Boss Transformed. I'm super passionate about helping bosses like Fiorella and everybody, because bosses are, to me, is like such leaders. Because when you're a boss of your life, you're the boss of your business. You get to change your life, your community, your family, and the entire world with the gift that you are giving through your business. And so, yeah, I just, if you're a boss and you'd love to, grow your business and have bigger profits with ease and flow, let's connect.
Yes, and here's the email, info@Boston4. Also, if you want to get in touch with Trissa, she's awesome. I can attest to that. She's amazing. So yes, thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you guys for watching, and go get your book because it's awesome. And you're going to love it and really enjoy it.
Oh,
Thank you,
thank
Trissa.
you.
I love you.
Love you. Mwah. Bye.